Hello and welcome to another video for Healthier Bakes 101. I hope everyone is having a very good day. Today I'm going to show you a very quick video for a healthy banana bread recipe. Now this recipe I found online, but what I've done, I've basically adapted it for myself. Now you can adapt recipes if you want. For myself, the recipe is going by cups, but I've decided to basically, with this recipe that I'm using here, usually when I'm baking, obviously professionally you measure things, but for myself, because I basically have an average idea how should I explain it, how much to put when I'm making it for myself, so I'll just be using averaging it. But the recipe it requires 4 bananas, 1 large egg, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour or white whole wheat flour, and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, or you can substitute with applesauce. Now for myself, I will be adjusting the recipe slightly, and like I said, I'll be averaging it. Instead of the butter or the applesauce, I'll be using oil, and hopefully, and instead of using baking powder and baking soda, I'll be using self-raising flour. So we're going to see how this recipe is going to turn out. And instead of using 4 bananas, I'll be using 2 bananas. So right here already, what we're going to do, we're going to follow the requirements of the recipe. Obviously they said to grease everything, grease the pan you're baking it in. I've mashed the bananas already, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to add the bananas in the bowl like so, and I'll show you afterwards. The bananas are in the bowl here, and what we're going to do as well, we're going to add the egg to the recipe. So I'm just going to crack it and add the egg in here like that. Put the 1 egg in there, and then we're going to add the brown sugar and the granulated sugar as well. Now like I said, for myself, when I'm baking, I know how much to add when I'm doing baking. That's how I normally, because I bake professionally. But when you're baking at home, you can average. So the recipe asks for 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar. So for myself, this should roughly be 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar, like that. And then we are now going to add, instead of the granulated sugar, we're going to add caster sugar, and caster sugar is obviously finer than granulated, so that should be about 3 tablespoons roughly of, actually let's take this out, we'll leave it in there, that's roughly 3 tablespoons. And then we are going to add now to the recipe 1 teaspoon of mixed spice. Just going to add it like that. And then we are going to add the self-raising flour, and the recipe requires for the self-raising flour, all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups. So we are just going to, I would say this is roughly 1.5 cups. And I think that should be enough. And then we are going to mix the ingredients all together. I'll show you the mixture right after the break. Okay, so welcome back. So we have all the ingredients in here. I've just added some vanilla essence. If you can see very carefully here, I've added some vanilla essence. Like I said, I'm not going to use melted butter. I'm going to use a little bit of oil. If you don't want to use applesauce, I can say you can use oil as well. And then we are going to mix all of this together. And then what's going to happen, I'm going to put it in the baking pan to bake for roughly 20 to 30 minutes. And then I'm going to show you the finished product of the banana bread. And fingers crossed, it should come out very nicely. So stay tuned for that. Welcome back to the video. So as you can see, this is the banana bread. I'm just going to show you a close-up photo of it. There's the banana bread there, and here is the sliced banana bread. I hope this video today interested someone, and like I said, I adapted this recipe. I did not follow the exact recipe, I adapted it. I hope someone will try this today. Thank you for joining me for Healthier Bakes, and I hope to upload another video again very, very soon. Thank you again, and see you soon.